Hey Modo folks. Alright, so I'm trying to put a sock on this foot. And I'm trying to use the constrained background feature to push the sock onto the foot. So I start by getting kind of a view where I can see the kind of an angle, get a good view of the sock here, or the foot. I'm going to lay down some sock over the foot using the tube primitive. So I'm going to switch to another layer. I kind of use the wireframe so it's more visible. I use the tube thing here. I make sure that snapping is on, constrain the background. Okay, good. And now I drop in some sock. And I go around the foot. Okay, I want one piece farther out to be kind of like dangling off the foot. Okay. Really big sock, but good enough for the demonstration. Okay. So now with the move tool, since it was laying the sock kind of along the edge of the sock, or the edge of the foot, I'm just going to move it in a little bit and move it up so that the foot is inside the sock. There we go. So we're wearing a giant sock here. And my next step is I want to actually push the sock onto the foot while constraining to the background so that it goes into place. Okay, so switch to the sock layer, and I kind of like that view. If it's wireframe like that, and if I make the inactive mesh solid, okay, I'm liking that because now we can see what we're pushing it against. Okay, so there's our sock. And now I was going to use the paint tools. Okay, do the similar setup. My inactive mesh, I wanted GL, and my active mesh, I want wireframe. Okay, cool. Alright, next step, I want to use the push tool, make a little area, and the important thing is going to be the snapping. I want the snapping to constrain the background. You can see over here, the layers, I want the geometry snapping to use the background, constrain the background, double-sided, geometry, vector. Well, we'll try each option to see what it does. So the idea is I'm going to sculpt, push it, and I want it to stop when it hits the foot on my individual sock layer. So the sock is on its own layer. So I'm going to hold down Control while I push this in. Okay, so here's my first problem. The sock went inside the background. And that's not expected, so I'm going to undo. Okay, I'll try the next option here. So snap to background, or constrain to background, geometry, vector. Okay, hold down Control, and it goes inside. Okay, what if I specify an offset? It goes inside. What about a smaller offset? So 100 millimeters. I don't want it going farther than 100 millimeters in. That's going way in. Alright, so the radius of the sock is like 8 meters, so it's kind of big. A 1 meter radius. Yeah, I'm not sure what this does here. All I know is I don't want the wireframe to go inside the foot. 0. Okay, point maybe? Oh, for a second there, I was sure it was working, but I can see it going in there again. Basically, I want to push this sock right up against the leg, and then maybe like do tangent pinch and that kind of stuff to get the sock wrinkles or whatever. But I can't have it going inside the geometry. I want to constrain it to the background geometry. I tried like, okay, well, maybe the foot. Oh, it's showing the sock now. Maybe the foot has to be on the other side. Okay. But the sock is going inside the foot. It's going through like it's not constraining to the background. Alright, so if you can tell me why it's doing that, what I need to do to keep my sock on the outside, that would be great. Alright, thanks a lot.